Choose my pistol and then my saber, saying stand and deliver, for I am a bald deceiver with a rum-dum-doodle-dum-dum. Run for the daddy-o, run for the daddy-o, there's the snake in the yard.
Huzzah and well met, my friends. Hey everyone, Dane here, and you just heard some music and got to see some of the performers at the Mountain Warrior Renaissance Festival, which I got to attend this past weekend. My wife and our little baby, we drove about 3 hours to the north end of North Carolina from where we are and got to check out this brand new festival. So first off, I want to really welcome everybody here. This is my first episode of doing this vlog. This was an idea that we came up with on the way home. We figured we go to so many Renaissance festivals and medieval markets and Viking meetups and Celtic fests and all that sort of stuff that I was like, you know what? I should probably just record all this, just as a fun hobby to introduce other people to these really awesome festivals that we love going to. And we're kind of seeing this really cool transition where we're seeing more and more of these like small little one day things pop up, and we're hitting up a bunch of them. So I was like, you know what, let me just start doing some vlogging on it and get the message out to other people who may go to the larger Renaissance festivals and get them interested in some of these like smaller, newer one day pop-up things. So anyway, this is what we're going to talk about today is the Mountain Warrior Renaissance Festival. It was held in Lansing, North Carolina, which is just north of Boone, North Carolina. And we had an absolutely great time. I'm going to go through some of the pictures and video that we got. I had some other people send me some stuff. So to the folks who sent me pictures to use for this, thank you so much. I was not able to get as many pictures as I wanted to because we have an 8-month-old baby and there's only so many minutes in the day that we can have productive time with him, shall I say. But yeah, so the Mountain Warrior Renaissance Festival, this was the first year they did it, and it was held in a really nice, beautiful community park there with a trail that ran alongside of it, and a river. And if I remember correctly, I believe it's like the southern part of the Virginia Creeper Trail that goes up. That starts there, goes up. If I am wrong, and one of the folks who was at the festival this weekend, or one of the folks who lives in Lansing, if I'm wrong, please correct me because I should have written that down or looked it up. But anyway, really cool location. You'll get to see some of the pictures coming up here. But overall, it was a great time. We really enjoyed it. We spent about 2 hours there. Wish we could have spent more time, but again, only so many baby minutes in a day. So anyway, let's take a look at some of the pictures and video that I have here, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about it. And then after all that, I'll kind of talk about my final thoughts on the festival. So anyway, guys, here we go. So here is one of the performers. There was a little stage there that was part of the community parks. That was a permanent structure, and you can see there was bathhouses up behind that, which was definitely nice having bathhouses there, even though we didn't have to use them. Definitely a lot better than a porta potty. You can see some of the people hanging around. This will give you an idea of how big the field is. And this is just looking down one side. If I turn the camera to the left, it goes down to the left side as well. But yeah, quite a few vendors there, as you can see. Really love the way they laid this out with the walking path that goes around the outside. All the vendors were able to pull to the inside and pop their tents up, so you can make a big loop through the whole thing and check out all of the vendors. Here, we're going to have some photos of different folks dressed up and different vendors there. You can see all different sorts of stuff. There was a blacksmith right here. There were some great clothing vendors, some jewelry. This gal was great. I forgot what her name was, but we bought some stuff from her. I actually got a Viking tunic from her. We're really excited. She had a bunch of really cool stuff, some really great funky kilts. I was so tempted to get more, but we didn't have time to check out everybody that we wanted to. They had an author there that was really cool. That was, I think, probably the first time I've seen an author at a Renaissance Festival. I've seen them at comic book conventions and things like that before, but never at a Ren Fair. So that was definitely neat. Oh, I love that shot of them hanging out on the rocks by the creek there. There were a couple folks with these mushroom hats. I definitely want to get a mushroom hat. So if you guys know where I can get a mushroom hat from, let me know. One of these days, I want to put together like a gnome outfit. I love the old David the Gnome. And my wife and I, we actually collect gnomes. You can probably see in the video of me from the beginning, a bunch of gnomes behind me. We actually added even more since I shot that video. And we got some folks here dressed up in armor, doing some armored combat. I'll actually have some video of them later. There's some great looking Vikings right there. This guy was doing sort of a boffer LARP class with folks there. Some little kids were doing it. Some older folks were doing it. They were doing it for points. That was really fun. They had some belly dancers there with the swords on their heads. I didn't get a chance to see that. That picture was sent in to me by somebody else. But yeah, so quite a few of these pictures were actually sent to me because I was not able to get as many shots as I wanted to. So I will have credits at the end thanking everybody who sent me stuff. There's some of the swords. There was a HEMA group. Oh, the big inflatable dragon. That guy was cool. I loved her outfit. I'm a sucker for pirate outfits. Pirate outfits are fun because there's no sort of standard thing, because even if you want to go like super extravagant, it's still relatively historically accurate because they did wear super flamboyant clothing because, they were raiding merchant ships and stuff like that. So we're taking all the expensive clothing. There's my little guy, Allie. And here's some combat. Who doesn't love some armored combat? These guys were good. These guys were definitely good. Some good moves in there. You can tell that they have been practicing. I don't know the name of the group, if they are a group. So if anybody has some information on these guys, if they're a local HEMA group or what their deal is, definitely let me know down in the comments. Like I said, I really wish I had another 2 or 3 hours to have spent at this Renaissance Festival, getting to meet a lot of these folks and talk to them. We just didn't have a chance to do that. But yeah, go combat! So that was a look at the Mountain Warrior Renaissance Festival in Lansing, North Carolina this past weekend. Overall, we had a great time. We drove a little over 3 hours to get there. We spent about a little over 2 hours there. Would have liked to have spent more time, but there's only so many baby minutes in a day, and our little one was having a complete and total meltdown. So anyway, yeah, I wish I could have checked out more of the merchants there. I probably would have bought a whole lot more stuff. I did wind up buying some cool things. I finally got a wizard hat and a Viking tunic in the colors that I was looking for. The color is purple, by the way. All my stuff is purple. We bought some other cool things there, some jewelry and some stickers, and a really cool leather map of Middle Earth that's hanging in my son's nursery because his nursery is all done up like the Shire. So yeah, the merchants were great. Had an awesome time talking to them, doing some shopping. I kind of wish there were a few more structured activities there, a few more characters kind of milling about, because it felt like we just did a lot of shopping and we only saw 2 performers that were there. There was the folks that started out this video who were doing like Celtic music in the middle of the field. And there was no place to like sit and watch them. So it was just kind of like background music, which was a little awkward. I kind of wish that there was a place to sit and maybe a place with some shade to sit and watch them, because I think they could have drawn a crowd, because the whole time there, I didn't see anybody actually like standing up in front of them watching the show. And again, it's kind of weird if you're like the only person standing in front of the show. So there was that, and then there was another performer that got a little bit of footage of, who was doing like pirate sea shanty songs and stories. And that was on a stage, and there was some seating there, so that was good. But those are the only 2 performers that we got to see. So I don't know if there were more performers or if that was all they had, but I would have liked a little bit more. I would have liked to have seen some costumed characters milling about and entertaining guests. That's one of the things I love about going to the larger Renaissance festivals, is that you do have this cast of characters that kind of meanders about in addition to the stage shows that are going on. Now, that being said, I don't know what the logistics were for the team who put this on. This is their first year putting it on, so maybe that's all they were able to get. Maybe some people backed out. I honestly don't know, but next year I would love to see some more. But yeah, I definitely want to go back next year. We had a great time. The weather was fantastic. The location was really great. So overall, yeah, I would give this a thumbs up. I don't have some sort of like fun Ren Fair way of doing thumbs up or 5 stars or whatever. I'll come up with something. I have no idea what it is. If you have a suggestion, throw it down in the comments. Let me know what would be a fun way. Maybe 2 mead horns up or something. I don't know. Anyway, Mountain Warrior Renaissance Festival had a great time. Want to go back again next year. If you guys live in the area, definitely put this on your radar for next year. I know they're planning on doing it. And for their first year event, I thought this went really well. I've been to quite a few other of these small Ren fairs, these one-day events, and I've been to a lot of them that's their first year doing it, and some of them are okay. This was definitely one of the absolute best I've been to for a first-year one-day event. So, Mountain Warrior Renaissance Festival, you guys did awesome. I cannot wait to see you all next year again, and take care, everyone.
Choose my pistol and then my saber, saying stand and deliver, for I am a bald deceiver with a rum-dum-diddle-dum-dum. Run for the daddy-o, run for the daddy-o, there's the snake in the yard. I went into my changer, all to take a slumber, dreamt of golden joes, and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny took my charges and